Today on Attack of the Show, after 11 seasons and 11 skinny, sun-ravaged millionaires, survivors come up with a new way to make us pay attention.
This is definitely going to be a unique survivor.
Scarlett Johansson leads us right into the belly of the beast in Brian De Palma's new film, The Black Dahlia. And Zach heads out into the yard with the cast of the Gridiron Gang. All this and more on a live and battle-tested Attack of the Show, starting right now.
What's going on here? Pick up on this. Attack. Attack of the Show. Attack.
I don't think you've ever done 6 shooters on the show.
No, but I just felt like a moment to do it.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
I like it. Wow. Welcome to Attack of the Show, everybody. TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. My name is Kevin Pereira. It is Thursday, September 14th, also known as Take a Co-Host to Work Day.
Yeah, what's up, everyone? I am said co-host Olivia Munn. Thanks for bringing me along.
What do you think? It's a pretty nice place,
I
huh?
love where you work. Everyone's so nice. It's so sweet. Everyone keeps looking at my breast, but it's, you know, it's all right. It's kind of eyes up here. Eyes up.
Huh?
Eyes up here.
Yep.
Nice, everyone. Thanks.
Since you're not a horny guy, Olivia.
That's where you're wrong.
Oh, really?
Got a teeny weeny, little bit, a hint of a penis. I
Okay.
have.
Well, just a hint.
Just a hint.
For those who are rocking the full deal, I'm sure this isn't news to you. Joe Francis cut a deal and pled guilty for basically not having proof that some of the stars of his Girls Gone Wild video, not having proof that they were legal. Let's just say. So now he's out $2 million. Thanks to some stupid paperwork. Who has the time to keep track of that crap, really?
Yeah, I mean, like it matters, really. Next spring break, they might have to buy Ice House instead, you know?
Ooh, switching to the PBR.
Yeah,
That's not
definitely.
good.
I mean, it's like $2 million is nothing to that man. And plus,
drop
like,
in
is
the
he going
bucket
to
for him.
stop him?
No, of course
No.
not. He's going to go out and do it again, and then, you know, he'll... Okay, it just ruins the moment. If you're going to have an underage woman flash, having her sign a form that lying
she
saying
does
that
that,
she's... Yeah, it's not
It's
cool.
it's like reaching for a condom before it just ruins the whole thing.
Yeah,
right?
that's why I just don't use them. Listen, I take
You
them
just
on
wash
their word.
thoroughly after you're done. You just dip it in hydrogen peroxide.
Sometimes
and
I don't even bathe, to be honest. I just it's like a trophy. I wear it with pride.
Yeah, exactly. Our producer goes, ah, and that's what everyone thinks of you right now.
What?
Okay, you know, just be quiet for a second. We are going to give the internet a bunch of Long Island iced teas and convince it to show us it's dirty business. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Stupid, immature, slutty. Oh yeah, we're going
Around the net.
You got to
Stir the pot.
There
Stir
you
the
go.
around the net pot.
Have you ever taken your companion out for a walk and had her run off and chase a car or bite some stranger or cheat on you? Well, IamLost.com offers a solution, my friends. Leash your girl.
Wow.
Yeah, no more worrying about paternity tests and STDs. You'll know exactly where your bitch is at all times. You know what I'm saying?
And for the fashion-minded, there is a variety of colors and styles. There's even a safety strap for your wrist in case she tries to get free at a moment's notice. It's nice. You know how she just leaves, you just choke her back.
But see, that's what I need, one with like a choker chain for the...
Oh, nice. Where just like the little
real
prongs
disobedient
come out
one.
and just choke you?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's totally humane. It just gives her a little poke.
Maybe
Let you know to
those
stay in
electric
line.
ones, you know? Like just a little bit of a zzz.
I have a bit of like an electrified fence around the apartment for when they try to run out. Just shocks them right back in.
As the week goes on, you get creepier and creepier. Anything else you want to say?
I just get more and more honest. I mean, the creepiness is always there. It's just covered under 40 pounds of makeup.
Next up, we ask the important question. Is that a sketchy guy who lives next door a computer programmer or a serial killer?
Ooh.
Yeah, mailvol.com offers you a chance to test your skills.
Yeah, look at this picture here. Like, is it a designer of Haskell or a mutilator of women? Take your pick. And with this bunch, let me tell you, not an easy call.
So what they do here is there's serial killers or just creepy guys. You have to pick which one is which.
That's it. That's it. In the case of one man, Randy Kraft, he was a programmer and a serial killer. So that's like that's a double threat there, really.
You kind of have it, and you got the IT side plus your creepy hooker, you know, electric fence thing.
What?
Dead hookers in your house.
It's not a real fence. It's just underground barriers that are placed to keep her in place, and it stops the Roomba from vacuuming the outside of my apartment. Yeah. It serves both purposes.
Nice.
Finally, courtesy of StupidCollege.com, we see a new spin on RC car racing, talking about drifting. You know I'm going to call you out on
Okay,
it. What did
yeah.
you say the moment the video started
I
playing?
said, it looks like a toy car.
Yeah, it
It's
does,
a toy
Olivia.
car.
It sure does.
I was like, wow, it doesn't look real at all. We have really sunk to a new low at Attack of the Show because our videos don't even look real.
It's just, you're like, all this time I've been doing Formula D, and I didn't know that there were guys with
just
little controls back there.
And
Wow.
I'm really big then compared to those teeny tiny cars at Formula D.
There you go, folks.
Who knew?
RC drifting. In fact, speaking of which, I think we've drifted through another trip around the net and managed not to wreck our sweet ass remote-controlled ride.
Go to g4tv.com/AOTS for the links to everything you just saw. So help me God, I'll hook on the leash. I'm not dragging myself. You actually might like it.
Wow.
So yeah,
Wow.
you might just tie it on and just choke you
Please.
like that. You just get that,
Yeah,
that
I like
shocked
that.
look in your face.
There we go.
There you go, bad boy. Yeah, say my name. Say my name, Pereira.
Clean out your
Sing
ears,
it, bad
folks,
boy.
and your
Come over
minds.
here.
It's
Yeah,
time for the.
that's right.
Oh, that is so uncomfortable.
Right. I know, you like
I'm
it. You
really
like it. Tell me
uncomfortable
you
right
like it.
now.
Tell me you
No,
like
I'm
it.
not going to. And
right, my
that's. Wow, someone needs a training session. Time for the only
Training
news you need to
session?
know. It's Layla Kaylee in the feed headlines.
What did you say?
You just changed my voice. You hit the Adam's apple.
Thanks, Kevin. Here's what's coming up in the feed. First, find out which fictional comedy character has sparked an international crisis. Seriously, even the President of the United States is involved. Plus, wacky comedian Jim Carrey returns to the world of Dr. Zeus, and I'll let you know which classic character he'll be wildly overacting this time. And finally, if you own a Segway, are you putting yourself at risk for more than just crippling embarrassment? You might very well be, and I have the details. But first, let's send things back to Kevin Pereira and Olivia Munn, the best couch warmers we could afford, yeah? Take it away, guys.
Now, the Nintendo Wii is maybe the most anticipated video game system of the later half of 2006.
Yeah, you've heard the rumors, the titles, and the fanboys bragging. And right now, from the Nintendo press day in New York, G4's Adam Sessler has the latest news on the Wii.
Thank you so much, Kevin and Olivia. Well, today, Nintendo of America President Reggie Fils-Aimé finally made the announcement many Nintendo fans have been waiting for. The console will launch on November 19th for $249.99. This includes the motion-sensing Wiimote and Nunchuck. In a surprise move, the console will also be bundled with Wii Sports, which includes baseball, golf, and tennis, and the newly announced boxing. A calmer, more presidential Reggie then went on to talk about Nintendo's philosophy for their next-gen console.
Satisfy current players in new ways, re-engage former players, but most importantly, grow the market to new players.
At the launch, the Wii Connect will include 12 different channels, including the ability to create your own 3D avatar and to browse your digital photos. Most importantly, this is also how you're going to connect to the virtual console, where you can download up to 30 games by year's end. Now, while there was a lot of good news here at the announcement, especially there's going to be 4 million consoles available worldwide at the launch, and there's going to be 30 games available through the launch window, there was some disappointments. Most notably, there will be no online multiplayer this year. So what everybody wants to know are, what are the launch titles? Of course, there's going to be The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, and there also will be Excite Truck. As you can see, I'm kind of itching to get my hands on those games back there. I'm going to tell you about my favorites tomorrow, and then I'll see the two of you back in Los Angeles.
Okay, I don't care what you say. That Wii is so freaking cute.
Yeah. Thank
So
you,
cute.
Mr. Sessler, for invading Nintendo Nation for us.
Thank you.
Speaking of so damn cute,
Aww.
me.
No, me.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Throughout the show, we get lonely. We need to connect with you, the viewer, and who knows, if you're cute, we can connect again later, awkwardly, over a bottle of Merlot. And then I
Really?
won't return your calls.
Wow,
or
I
your
did
instant
not-
messages. Or your MySpace
You're really
please
going to
for
just sell
attention.
yourself out like that? Just completely just sell it out like that?
Honesty is the best policy.
Wow, Kevin. I'm really proud of you. I really
you.
like that about you.
Very much.
I like that you're honest. You know, you just use them and abuse them, and that's okay, because you talk about it. Well, you know what? We want to hear what
I'm
you
sorry,
guys
what?
are.
I didn't pay attention to a word you said.
Well, maybe you'll pay attention to the viewers, because, you know, you guys, you send questions in, we answer them. They are our video voicemails.
Oh,
First
right.
up,
Yeah.
is Moses. Listen to what Moses has to say. He's from Delaware.
Oh, parts water.
So what brilliant gimmick do you think Survivor will come up with next season?
Wait, now, was his use of quote fingers? First of all, major ripoff, by the way. That's my steez. Second of all,
Did you
was
come
that...
up with the quote fingers?
Was that I created them actually back in '87? But was that to imply that he was being ironic, that he doesn't think that racial segregation is brilliant?
I think that I agree. Did I use that the right way?
So that means, well, that would kind of mean
I agree.
You disagree?
Pereira. Let me use that the right way.
Well, no, because they're not.
I'm just kidding. I know how to use them.
Okay.
I know
all
how
right.
to use them.
Okay, done.
Well,
Did we answer his question at
No,
all?
we didn't.
What do you ask?
His question is like the whole, segregation is a new brilliant idea from Survivor. And
Yeah.
is it,
I mean, it's brilliant in the sense that everybody's talking about it, but it really
Yeah.
it makes me not want to watch it just as much as I didn't want to watch it in previous seasons.
well, I mean, first of all, nowadays, the races aren't really divided by that much. I mean, you see like Asians nowadays. We're going to Tokyo soon, and they're freaking tall now. It's like there's like I'm talking about physically. I'm like follow me here. Wait. Follow me
no,
here.
keep digging. I want to see you break the shovel.
Okay.
Keep going.
Here's where I'm going to go. Is that nowadays, there's...
And Portuguese are clean. They're not all dirty anymore. And some of them even have money and table manners.
Well, we're not talking about Mr.
Who
Pereira
would have thunk
here.
it, Mom?
What I'm saying is the physical traits that used to define us as different races back in the day, everything's so blended now. And I'm talking like,
Yeah. So, Olivia, a new season of Survivor premieres on CBS tonight. And unless you've been living under a rock, it's a big race war. Yeah, it is.
Obviously, after 3 seasons of the show, I'm
13.
Or 13 seasons of the show. I'm
Yeah.
more concerned whether Pam and Jim stay together on The Office. I love The Office.
Which I'm very sad about, because if they get together, then that ruins this whole tension, which I love, and it propels me through the series.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why we'll never get together, because it just gets people watching all the time.
I don't date races.
I'm not racist.
Well, with 4 teams comprised of Asians, blacks, whites, Hispanics, the show is taking a risk. We know this now.
Now, because we care. I care about
I knew
all
what you
of
were
the
saying.
races.
I'm just giving you a hard
Don't touch
time.
me. It's time for the poll question. Is Survivor's racial divide a mistake or a must-see TV?
As long as I touch you under the graphics, they don't know, which is awesome.
Get off of me. I want you guys to vote at our website, g4tv.com/AOTS, or text your vote to G4TXT. That's 44898 to vote and register for AOTS live news alerts. I'm not racist, FYI. I just want you guys to know that Asians are tall now. I'm extremely tall. I'm like the tallest person I know.
You totally
We
are.
are only getting started
Wow.
on Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about if you care about tall Asians. Me. Shut up!
The new Survivor divides the tribes by their skin color, and it may take down the entire series. There's only one place you need to go for all your sex advice.
It is time for me to go in your pants.
Attack of the show. Attack. Attack of the show. Attack.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. Yes, we have issues. You see, before the break, we asked you if Survivor's racial divide this season is a mistake or a must-see TV. Well, the tribe has spoken, and 66% of you believe that the theme of the season is indeed a mistake. Now, here is Kevin with today's topic du jour. That is French for the loop.
Reality TV naturally has to keep pushing the envelope in order to keep pumping life into its gasping, withering body. But has the new Race Wars version of Survivor taken things too far? The immunity idol is up for grabs, folks. Let's get into it. It's The Loop. Joining us via satellite to help us make sense of it all, from Washington, D.C., Media Director for the Center for Media and Public Affairs, Matthew Felling. Former Survivor contestant and Zabberbox.com producer Rob Cesternino joins us, and TV critic and TVBarn.com webmaster Aaron Barnhart is here. We've got quite a panel. Let's get into it now. Matthew, I want to start with you, sir, because in the past, Survivor's had old people, young people. They've all been wrinkled. They've all been withered. Is race really that big of a deal?
Well, I mean, let's all agree on one thing. This ain't the Rodney King video we're about to watch on CBS. But that being said, there's really not a whole lot sexy or controversial about old people versus young people. Ooh, Abraham Simpson's done it to death on The Simpsons.
Why are people reacting like this is the Rodney King video, then? What is it about race that's...
But the gender issue, you can even have men are from Mars, women are from Venus. It is when we hit the racial issue that there's a lot of tension still in America. And I personally am very afraid not because that I don't have faith in Americans' ability to get along with each other, but the very personalities who take part in these shows are extreme personalities, and the very type of person who comes on knows that to get the most publicity and the most camera time, they have to be the most outrageous.
Right. Rob, what do you think? Are we going to have a cast of polarizing personalities that bring out the worst in everybody?
If the casting directors at Survivor did their job, then absolutely. But I don't think that this is the kind of thing that we have to worry about race riots in the street or anything like that. It's a game show.
Aaron,
I think I have to agree with Rob on that, because, you know, Survivor has been on the air for 6 years now, a time when most reality shows have the shelf life of goat cheese. And the fact that we're talking about this little racial angle indicates that whatever they did, it worked again. They have figured out a way, time and time again. I mean, this is the 13th cycle of Survivor. And every time they tweak the formula a little bit, they add a few twists here and there, and what do you know? They keep the audience, and they remain one of the top-rated shows in all of television.
Yeah,
not just
but little twists
shows.
in competing for an Aztec instead of a Durango. I mean, that's fine. That'll keep it interesting. But Matthew, could this potentially translate into perhaps real-life racism when you have people that aren't just rooting for a tribe, but they're rooting for an actual race? They're rooting for a certain group of people?
Well, I don't see somebody watching this TV show and saying, hey, you know what? Trin Van was really rude to my man Sanchez. I'm going to take it on every Asian I see from that point on. Nobody's going to really do that. But what worries me is that there's enough bigotry in America where all these people, we all agree, all of these participants are going to be stereotypes and caricatures. And if we reinforce that bigoted thought process, that's where it really becomes different.
Well,
and what is really down the line.
That horse is already out of the barn, though, Matt. That horse is already out of the barn because every black and for that matter Asian character who's been on Survivor practically has been a stereotype. You know, you had guys who can't swim, guys who fathered kids out of wedlock, and then if you want to consider the whole universe of Mark Burnett reality shows, consider Omarosa and Stacey J, crazy women on The Apprentice. Yep. So I don't think the problem
Aaron,
here
so is the answer to that then having a big steel cage match with all the stereotypes against each other? What really worries me is that
actually
Mark
that reality series is coming out on Fox very soon. I don't think we're supposed to announce
pay-per-view. No, what really worries me is that Mark Burnett's going to get paid. It's going to be the golden ticket all over again. And next season, we're going to see Muslims versus Jews versus Quakers versus atheists versus Christians. And watch out for the yarmulke of death. That's what worries me for next season.
Well, you know, whatever it takes to keep, keep the ratings going.
Well, okay, keeping the viewers is one thing, but now what about keeping the advertisers? Because there's been some concern that the advertisers are pulling out.
They are losing advertisers. They're losing. They lost GM. They lost Home Depot. They lost Procter & Gamble, but you know, they didn't lose those because of the racial thing. They lost those because the last Survivor was the lowest rated Survivor in the show's history. So they need now to bring new sponsors on board and get new interest in the show, because those anchor sponsors who were there before, but that has nothing to do with the race. And remember, the tribes are going to merge after about 2 or 3 episodes anyway, so this whole pre-show controversy is just for show. It's just for publicity.
I've heard conflicting reports here. I've heard that the tribes are going to merge 2 or 3 episodes in. I've also heard that it's going to last half the season. Rob, what do you think? I mean, you've got experience with Survivor here. Do you think they'll merge them right away, or will they milk this thing for all it's worth?
Well, I hope that they will milk this thing for all that it's worth. But what they tend to do on these Survivors is after a couple of episodes or so, they try to mix it up. They think that's what the viewers want. And then what they'll do is that they'll paint it as we have now melded all the races into one big racial pot of jambalaya. Doesn't that sound delicious, television?
In the past, it needed some salt.
Jambalaya.
Because some were saying that Survivor, one of its fault was that it was just too white in the past. So I understand segregation is one thing, but is it finally nice to maybe see some color mixed into the Survivor mix?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mark Burnett has a history of being less than racially sensitive. Mark Burnett is not the most racially sensitive of all people, and I think the Survivor participant talking with me right now will probably agree with that. So I think this was basically him thumbing his nose and saying, you want a diversity? Here you can have it. Head to head, ladies and gentlemen.
Rob, what do you think? Is that the right way to say that you care about everybody?
He did a big old casting call for this show.
I don't think that Mark Burnett was trying to bridge a new era in getting everybody to get along and have racial harmony. I think that he was trying to make, provocative television, which is what he excels at. And I think he has done just that, and I can't wait to watch this show.
All right, Aaron, I want to give you the final word. Rating stunt or otherwise, are you tuning in?
Oh, Oh, absolutely. This remains one of the most vital shows on television, and in part it is because it's not just the same Law and Order month after month. I mean, do we even know who the newest ADA is on Law and Order? Do we care? No. But when Mark Burnett goes and pulls a stunt like this, whether it's on this show or on The Apprentice, which he's moving to Hollywood, people notice, and
we're all gonna season pass. That's the bottom line. All right, thank you guys. We'll find out soon enough whether this controversial season of Survivor pans out for CBS or if it ends up being reality TV's last gasp. Thanks to our guests for keeping us in the loop. That was a fun one, guys. Let's go over to Olivia.
Thanks, Kev. Coming up after the break, I'll tell you how a girl fakes it in the sack. I've had years of practice. When I go in your pants, and later, The Rock dishes out the sacks and the smackdowns when we take you inside a look into Gridiron Gang on Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
What's going on here?
Attack of the Show. Attack.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. No, it's not just you. It does smell like sex in here. I'm Kevin, Rusty Trombone Pereira.
And I'm Olivia Dirty Sanchez. Man, it is time to lock the bedroom door. We're going to tackle your stickiest sex questions and a little something we like to call,
in your pants.
Yeah. She's back. Sex columnist Anna David is here again to help answer your sex and relationship questions. And Kevin is standing by to derail this whole entire thing.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what you do. Welcome back, Anna. So let's get this thing started. First up is a guy who can't tell if it's real or if it's Memorex.
My girlfriend admitted to some of my friends that sometimes she fakes it. Now I'm paranoid. Is there any way I can tell?
Ah, Anna.
Okay, I've never faked one.
I have faked it for years.
Okay.
That's terrible.
I am brilliant at it. Trust me, people.
It's terrible.
Well,
so sometimes you have to because you want the guy to get off of you, and guys have this like ego thing when you're like, no, I'm gonna be the one to make you get there.
I know,
guys
but the thing
do that.
is,
You do that.
They do that. But the thing is, why mislead him? Why make him
Thank
think
you.
to get
that
him
he's
off of me.
But then he's never going to know what pleases you.
Right.
I think. I mean, look, it's a purely selfish thing. I don't believe in faking. I'm like, sorry, it's just not really happening for me. Better luck next time. I think.
Sometimes I feel bad for him.
Yeah, he has to find out why she's doing it in the first place. First of all, if she's telling a friend of his
that's
about it
kinda
and
the-
not
that's
him,
crazy.
that's a little bit weird. She's
Yeah.
probably saying it while she's not faking one with the friend. It's like,
He
oh, I don't
never
have to do
makes
this
you
with
do
my
this.
boyfriend. You need to find out why she's doing it. Is she doing it to get him off? Or is she doing it because, she knows that he might need that?
Sometimes she fakes it. I do think it's incredibly common to fake orgasms. So it's not necessarily something that, he needs to address. But he could sort of not really in the moment, like, hey, were you just faking? Hey, was that real? That's not a good idea.
So his question is, how does he find out if she's faking or
well,
not?
contractions. I mean, that's one thing that a woman can't fake.
Hey guys, fake contractions, people.
Can you
Done
do that? Can you do that stuff?
You guys, I am
No.
pretty much the Meryl Streep of faking orgasms.
She can actually
I guarantee
pass a miniature Nerf football across the room with it. It's really weird.
it. Hold on.
No, don't.
Wait.
Don't,
No,
not
we
yet,
don't.
not
No,
yet,
we
not
don't.
yet. No.
But I'm sure they'd love it.
Most women can't fake it.
The thing
Okay.
is, you cannot fake a contraction, Olivia. I mean, I'd have to see it, and I don't think that we need to go there.
Well, I
It's
mean,
pretty good.
as
Okay,
the voice
so-
of reason, I think we should.
So
ladies.
so the advice to him is just to wait and see if you can feel the contraction.
Well, I think what Kevin said is a really good point. I mean, if she's confiding in your friend about it, that's the disturbing thing.
So ask your friend how he gets her to get off.
Get a spoonful of Miracle Whip and just flick it in her face next time and go like, how's that feel, sweetheart? Yeah? You feel better about yourself now?
Derailing.
Yeah,
throwing it
derail.
out
Thanks for derailing, Kevin.
Just saying. Bringing it back to reality.
All right. And then there's this guy who's wondering how to do it quickly and painlessly.
I want to dump my long-term girlfriend to date someone else. I know she's gonna end up crying a lot, but is there a good way to do this?
I think that people who jump from one relationship to the next oftentimes find the new relationship, they have the exact same problems that they had in the old relationship. So I say first question what you're doing. I mean, if it's like you're just sick of the girl or whatever it is, look at if it's your problem or if it's a problem with the relationship. If you are going to go ahead and do it, I say it's like the Band-Aid.
You have to just tell her.
Tell her, don't do that. Like, let's just be friends or we can hang out.
And then she finds out from one of your friends that you have a new girlfriend.
But I say don't tell her about the new girl.
But you have to.
Go to like the wharf and hire a couple sea donkeys, film it, put it on YouTube, and then send her a link to the video. She'll be so pissed off that you cheated on her with 3 or 4 wharf rats that she'll be too busy like being angry to cry. And there you go.
What? That's bad advice.
Bad advice.
I mean, I know that no
Listen
advice
to Anna's
can be
advice.
bad advice, but that's bad advice.
I'm just saying, if you want to save a girl from crying, the best thing you could do is cheat on her.
Well,
is bestiality.
No, I didn't mean actual
Awesome.
sea donkeys.
Awesome.
I meant,
Awesome.
I meant
Thanks
women that
so
are so
much for your
haggish.
advice.
They have,
Are you sure you don't want to go somewhere?
I'm just saying they have whisper
write a
and
journal?
husk teeth.
I'd love to read your Dear Diary. Today, I went to the war. All right, thanks. So basically...
Okay, so basically, tell her that you want to break up. You don't need to, like, make it more painful than it needs to be. You don't need to tell her about the new girl.
Yeah,
but
you just got to cut it off.
But first, question what you're doing.
Question what you're doing. All right, you guys, you can't get enough of In Your Pants? Then check out the archive of sex and relationship Q&As at g4tv.com/AOTS. And, of course, visit AnnaDavid.com, where you can learn more about Anna David and get all the advice you need.
All right. Zip up. We're good here.
All right. No more animals. No more, like, donkeys or monkeys. Or
Zip up and splash some water on your face because there's more Attack of the Show coming up reasonably soon.
Water.
Actually.
Clean it off.
Zach meets up with Exhibit for a bling exchange.
No, I don't like turquoise.
And what do the Eagles, Cowboys, and Cornhuskers have in common? Jimmy the Geek brings you his weekend picks.
I'm about to clean house again.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
Hey, which race do you think will win Survivor?
Asians.
Wow.
Asians. Cute. Why do all Asians do the peace sign?
It's cute. I like it.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm practicing for Japan.
Let me see. That's cute. Okay, it's creepy now.
Okay, that's.
All right, it's actually
it's a terrible question,
a
and
hard
that's what
question.
sucks about this new season of Survivor. It's like what it's not what tribe, it's what race, and it's just to be honest, like it's uncomfortable. Like it's not.
Yeah, it's not even something. It's not something I really want to watch.
Yeah, it's not something I want to watch or really discuss anymore. I feel like they've already gotten too much attention off of the fact that this is the little.
Are we
trick
standing
that
our
they're
ground right
doing.
now as hosts? Like if the producers asked us to talk about, we won't do it anymore.
I'm done with it.
I'm done.
I'm done.
There you go. Now, you guys, Jen right there, little Asian, just got a free T-shirt, and so can you. Just submit your questions to g4tv.com/video voicemail.
Welcome back, by the way, to Attack of the Show.
Hey.
The one thing in your life that hasn't horribly betrayed you yet.
Yeah, in the upcoming movie Gridiron Gang, The Rock raises the people's consciousness, lifts up the people's spirits, and lays a power bomb on the sports as redemption formula. It's kind of what you do on a daily basis. It's pretty awesome.
I raised you up.
You raised me up.
Don't.
It's
the story of youths convicted of crimes who end up playing football while locked up. A new NFL Farm League, perhaps? Our own Zach Selwyn has more.
Everybody listen up. The gridiron is a football field. On the gridiron, we do it my way, not your way. Your way got you here.
Dwayne Johnson has been giving bad guys the beat down for over a decade, but The Rock has cooked up a new movie focusing on his first love, football.
Mustangs on 3. 1, 2, 3. Mustangs!
Johnson takes on the role of real-life reformer Sean Porter, who turned a collection of gang-banging misfits into his own gridiron gang.
You got members of different gangs, different walks of life, everybody getting together. Isn't that kind of like putting Rowdy Roddy Piper and Hulk Hogan in the same tag team or something like that, you know?
Yeah, the only difference is these kids have actually killed people.
Look, I have to be honest with you. I don't think it's in the best interest of my kids to play you.
Well, what about our players? Don't they deserve a chance to play?
Well, frankly, no.
I like to start off most of my interviews with a little 2-bar rhyme.
Oh, yeah? Go
It goes
ahead.
like this. Ducks go quack, frogs go ribbit. My name's Zach, hanging with my boy Eggs.
Hey, man.
Record deal?
No, you don't have a future in rap.
Damn!
I think this story is different because it's true. These kids are in there ranging from murder to theft, all type of mess that, kids that don't have any focus can get into.
Coach, I suck, man. Let's take me out. Hey, no. I'm not gonna take you anywhere. Do you understand? I ain't taking you out and you ain't quitting on me. You hear me?
When you guys were eating lunch on set, did you ever yell out, "Do you smell what The Rock is cooking"?
No.
Probably not, huh?
Nah, nobody wants to mess with The Rock.
Why'd you side with the enemy over your own homeboy?
Man, 'cause of you!
in this damn football team, man.
There's a lot of debate going on online right now. A lot of
do it.
people
I
getting
didn't
in
do
the
it.
forums. They're saying
I didn't do it,
the
man.
Gridiron Gang versus Adam Sandler's crew on The Longest Yard. Who would win?
That's a good question. Hands down, unequivocally, the Gridiron Gang will slap the lips off those son of bitches.
Nice. Show me what it's like to slap the lips off.
No, I like you. You should like your lips where they're at.
Okay.
Great job, Zach. Gridiron Gang opens everywhere this Friday, and if you don't go, The Rock might track you down in the shower and make a woman out of you. Don't drop the soap.
No, he'll slap the lips off of you.
The lips off of you.
Let's throw it over to Layla Kaylee, who's had her lips knocked off a couple times. Because right now it's time for the only news you need to know in the feed.
I'm Layla Kaylee, and it's time to start the feed. Nintendo held a massive press event yesterday in New York City, and the Wii, of course, was the guest of honor. Nintendo of America President Reggie Fils-Aimé kicked things off by confirming that the Wii will cost $250. He added that it will only be available in one color, white, and that Nintendo plans on shipping 4 million units to stores all over the world. But then they put aside all the business and got to the good stuff, the games. Reggie confirmed that the console will have 25 titles available at launch, led by Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Other titles include Call of Duty 3, Tony Hawk's Downhill, Jam, Madden 07, and Splinter Cell Double Agent. The Wii will be in stores everywhere November 19th. The makers of Segway have a little problem. No, people aren't pointing at them and laughing at them again. Their scooters have some serious glitches. Segway has issued a recall of over 22,000 units because the wheels can change direction unexpectedly and throw riders off. There have been 6 reports of such incidents so far, each one resulting in minor wrist and head injuries. This is either an electronic glitch or the Segways are finally rising up in revolt. A computer-animated version of the Dr. Seuss's classic, Horton Hears a Who, is in the works at Fox, and some big names are already on board. Horton himself will be voiced by comedian Jim Carrey, making this the first time he is playing an animated character. Carrey, of course, starred in the live-action version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, another Zeus classic. Joining Carrey in the cast is the Office star Steve Carell. Carell will play the mayor of Whoville. And finally, President Bush is holding special White House talks to discuss the most pressing issue on his plate. No, not the war on terror, not the ongoing crisis in Iraq, not the nation's foundering economy. No, he needs to talk about Borat. It seems the nation of Kazakhstan is so outraged at comedian Sacha Baron Cohen's portrayal of their country that they want to force America to buy educational films on their country to make it up to them. The president of Kazakhstan is flying to the US today to meet with Bush. If you stop to point out that Cohen is actually English and not American, you're already too intelligent to get involved in all this. Just please walk away. Well, that's all for today. Be sure to check out g4tv.com/the feed for all the stuff I didn't have time to get to. Now you have just been fed. Back to you.
The show is going to go run to the corner store for smokes, but it will be back, unlike your dad.
Jimmy the Geek will taunt and tease you. He's got the hot picks for the big games.
I'm so excited.
And Scarlett Johansson takes on one of LA's most notorious unsolved crimes.
It's Attack of the Show. Attack.
Hey, welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. I am Olivia Munn, and I have to admit I have a little bit of a scratch-off problem, so I was told if I want to throw this over to Kevin, I can go get some more $5 tickets. So I'll be right back.
Come on, the odds are not in your favor. I'm sorry. Now, if you're a guy, you love his picks. If you're a girl, you probably have a restraining order against him. Here's our resident numbers man, Jimmy the Geek. All right, Jimmy, it's been another week. How are the books treating you, buddy?
Heavy. It's been great. I feel better than a drunken Notre Dame cheerleader after that win against those Nittany Lions, baby.
All right, Jim. I got to say, look, I saw the Ohio State-Texas game on Saturday. You couldn't have been more wrong with your prediction, buddy. What happened there? Is the Geek losing his touch?
Heavy, you sound like my wife. You're never happy, no matter what I do. Always with the attitude. I put food in the fridge, keep the lights on, knock out the rent for you. But the second I come home with some skank's phone number in my pocket, I never hear the end of it. What?
Listen, there's nothing to do with the skank's phone number. I just think our viewers deserve, some accuracy, some professional odds man type accuracy, Jim.
Heavy. I give you 3 good picks. With the help of Madden 2007, the Geek is able to cut through the competition like OJ, and all you do is break my balls about the one game that didn't pan out. How about a thank you, Geek, for the numbers? I dish out week after week.
All right.
I'm doing my best here, babe.
All right, thank you, Geek, for the numbers. Let's get to the meat and potatoes, though. What's your take on the Washington and Dallas game?
All right, Kevy. Cowboys and Indians. It's a classic rivalry, like me and my old stepfather, the scumbag who confiscated my Scotch and Girly mags, not because it was the right thing to do, but because he was too lazy to get up off his fat ass and buy that stuff himself. Now, according to my research, both teams need to show up and prove themselves early in the season. Otherwise, they'll be sitting in the back of the division again, watching McNabb get the wins, the acclaim, and the barely legal tail. The Redskins suffered through a tough loss to the Vikings on Monday, and the Cowboys are going to try to give the Redskins a couple infected blankets and shut them down once and for all. Jimmy thinks that Washington is a little craftier than that old blanket trick, and they're going to pull it out. Give this one to those scalpers by 3.
All right, well, speaking of McNabb and the Eagles, I was going to ask, how you thought they were going to do against the Giants, but now I'm actually really scared of where you're going to go next, Jim, so I don't know if I should.
How about the fact that we know which Manning went to football practice and which one went to ballet class? The Giants are itching for a win, and I know itching. You see, I've had a couple bouts with crabs, and trust me, Kevy, it ain't pretty, but boy, oh boy, those Eagles have been eating their chunky noodle soup and are looking about as good as me on the floor at Caesars. And that Kevy boy is looking good, baby. That means a big W for Philly, so I'm giving 5 to the Giants.
All right, for the sake of all of our crotches, I'm glad that you're not in the studio, Jim. I'm glad you're still in Sin City. Let's get at least one college pick in there. USC and Nebraska. What do you think, Jim?
All right, Kevy, there are only a few sure things in life here, that when a chick says she's on the pill, she's totally full of it. There ain't no shaking herpes, baby. And finally, USC wins. You'd be stupid to bet against them. Nebraska's going to try its hardest to put some points on the board early, but USC's defense is rock solid. Watch newcomer John David Booty smack the crap out of Nebraska. By the way, I'm sure the kid is good, but what the hell kind of name is Booty anyway? I mean, my options here are unbelievable. Nebraska's gonna pull a booty call. USC's gonna shake its booty.
Okay, I get it. All right, Jim. Thank you. Booty jokes aside, you're giving this one to USC, though?
It's a lock, baby. According to my research, it's the Trojans by 7. USC is bootylicious. This list goes on.
Now, I'm sorry, just to clarify for the folks at home, whose research was that, Jim?
That's my research, Kevy. That's my research.
As always, Jimmy, I think I need a shower after I'm done chatting with you. But thank you.
You know what? Me too, Kevy.
All right. His musk may be strong, but the man delivers winners. Olivia, you're usually a safe bet on a Friday night. What do you have for us later?
Nice, Kevin. Coming up, we have to take a look at the new film, The Black Dahlia. It's got guns, mystery, and oh yeah, hot, steamy Scarlett Johansson sex scenes. I hear they're pretty rough.
Attack of the show. Attack.
Nice dance moves, Kevin.
Thanks, Olivia.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. I am the sultry and dangerous Olivia Munn.
Hello.
And this is my private dick, Kevin Pereira. So, do you guys like fedoras? Is that a fedora?
No, I think so, yeah.
All right. Do you guys like trench coats?
Ooh.
That would be that.
Yep.
Yeah. And what about gruesome murders?
It's too easy. If so, then you need to direct your getaway sticks to the nearest theater and check out The Black Dahlia. In fact, we got the straight scoop from the cast and the crew.
Great test, Elizabeth Short. This is a very sad scene. Do you think you're capable of playing sadness?
I can do that.
In the golden age of Hollywood, there lived an actress named Elizabeth Short, who became one of the most recognized faces in the business. But it wasn't her talent that brought her to stardom. It was her brutal murder that captured the attention of the country.
The victim has been cut in half, all organs removed, and the mouth sliced ear to ear.
It's unsolved still, so I think people are fascinated by that, and it was grisly. It was really terrible murder. It was one of the first of its kind in the States. It was definitely the biggest murder in Los Angeles history.
In The Black Dahlia, Josh Hartnett plays the role of Bucky Bleichert, the reluctant detective investigating the gruesome murder.
As the story goes on, he's sucked deeper and deeper into this sort of crazy world that he originally wanted nothing to do with.
Maybe she wasn't such a nice girl. Maybe that old lady that Nash snuffed was somebody's loving granny.
Get any other maybes? When Bucky comes into the fold, I take him under my wing, and consequently, my girl falls for him.
Hello. With a cocktail of murder, betrayal, and bizarre love triangles, Dahlia is definitely one of Brian De Palma's most ambitious projects to date.
The interesting thing about this material is everybody lies. When you're interrogating people or trying to get information or in sort of sensitive dramatic scenes where you think somebody's revealing something, this sends people down a lot of empty corridors.
Brian had created just this Valentine for this period, you know, and this kind of film. I mean, it's what he does really best. You know, so celebratory of what film noir is.
Nothing stays buried forever.
Ooh, I know. The Black Dahlia opens this Friday.
I'll be there in my trench coat and fedora. They're not sitting in front of me or next to me or actually within a certain radius of me.
Please stop being creepy.
All right.
Please.
We're not done yet. How about this one? I'll do this one normal. Stick around for more of TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
I like that.
Or you might be found disemboweled in a field. Try me.
If you haven't been watching Attack of the Show, this is what you're missing. For more info, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
Woo!
Welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
For all the things you saw today and more, go to g4tv.com/AOTS. Now, next week, Kevin and I will unfortunately not be here because we are going to Tokyo, Japan to show you the actual source of all the stuff you care about. It's Attack of the Shokyo.
That was me jetting out of here.
This is me
To get on
bowing.
the plane. Starting September 25th, though, we're going to bring you a fresh week of shows from the land of the rising sun. And while we're away, Zach Selwyn and Michelle Merkin, they're going to be filling these gigantic shoes. Huge, really, for a whole week of shows. So be nice, play nice. I'm going to get on a plane.
All right, sayonara.
Konbanwa.
Konbanwa, konnichiwa.